morning, everyone. It is 6:22 a.m. and your girl is ready to see if she can stand up in that shower. God provides. And I'm gonna tell you what I've been doing since 5 a.m. This sandwich that sat out on this table all night. I've been nibbling on it. I said, you know what? I made it. I left it on, and I'm eating it too. But when I tell you I'm tired, I'm absolutely tired. I slept really well, really well. I took my bladder pill, honey, and your girl slept through the night. Not even a little dribble. But I am tired. I have been trying to muster up the strength to step in that shower and just start worshiping the Lord. But I'm not even sure. My ankles, I've been, you heard that, right? That's the ankle saying, baby, you need a little, you heard that? You need a little bit more time. But I kid you not, my sister goes to work somewhere around, she has to be at work at 8:30. So my package arrived to her house yesterday, and I want my package. So I'm trying to be in a shower in here, throw on something, probably the same dress I wore yesterday, but I want to be in front of her house when she get ready to call her taxi, so I can get my package and then drop her to work. But I kid you no lie, girl is tired. But I'm trying to figure out if I can actually reach out to the management office to let them know that I can't do anymore in this apartment. When it's time to grab up and go, I really don't have the strength to do much of anything. I can't do much cleaning while this stuff is still in here. And I know in my mind I sound like I'm rotating a tape of like nothing because there's no progress being done. I have a lot of stuff packed up, but truly, I don't know why. And I have said it 1,001 times. And I go in that living room, and when I go in that living room, I can't do anything. I'm like, why do I even have this stuff? And now I'm sitting here like my friend called me yesterday, and I'm trying to figure out which bag, where is my birth certificate and my social security card? Because at this moment, I could just take those two pieces and just walk away. I am absolutely exhausted, but I want to just I don't know. I was in the kitchen last night before I went to sleep, and I started cleaning up so I can actually see, a little bit better. I pulled the garbage can, I got on my hands and knees, I sprayed, I wiped in the corners, but my garbage can has been in the corner forever. So I throw, my food, whatever, like this. So unless I pick up the can on a frequent basis, I really may not see if I miss the basket. So I did pick it up, and I saw a little, and I picked it up, but I cannot do in here what I would really like to do in here. Now, I'm not sure if you saw the video because I think I deleted it. I've been recording, boys and girls, and I've been deleting because sometimes I slip up and say something that's not for my betterment going forward, so I just delete it. But I sat here with this plaster, and I did this wall, and I kid you not, honey, I think I need a job. I did a great job on this wall because these holes are pretty much smooth enough so they can just take a little bit of and sand it. But I'm looking at that wall like your girl did her thing, and I sat right here and I recorded and I did this. But I'm not sure if I deleted the video. I believe I did. I did 2 videos yesterday, and then I deleted the videos. But I'm kind of like not feeling good because one of the times when I fell out, I hit my mouth. Now this tooth is already shaking, and the nerve in this tooth is gone. So I'm about to lose my 2 front teeth, and I like my 2 front teeth because they my rabbit teeth. So now when I fell out a couple days ago on my side, I hit my mouth over here, and my mouth inside is cut, and it's not healing. It should be healing because my saliva should be healing it, but it is absolutely painful all right here in my inside my mouth where I hit my when I landed on the floor in the back room. But one of the things that is kind of bothering me, but not really bothering me, is that I have uh, I have bruises. I don't know if you see that one. I have bruises everywhere from me falling out, and you may see another one, but I don't want to undress myself on the camera. So I'm looking down, and I'm like, you know, but I kid you not, I'm still proud of myself. I am absolutely proud of myself, but I kid you not, boys and girls, my body took a freaking hit. My body took a hit, baby. Absolutely took a hit. I am so thankful. I'm going to be accessing the gym in my building because I absolutely just want to go in there, you know, just probably lift some weights and stuff like that. But I can't do much of anything at this point besides actually lay down. If I gave myself a true, honest, honest evaluation. But I refuse to allow that to stop me from what I'm doing. I was sitting here and I realized that I think I want to find a church to go to, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but I think I want to, you know, locate a church, start going to church, and I want to possibly uh, go somewhere I can volunteer. I don't. I know physically, and I know one reason why I would say no. If I did change my mind, I would venture off and try. But if I fell out in someone's location, the first thing they would want to do is call 911, and I wouldn't want them to do that. And I have told many people, especially if I walk into their threshold, if I faint, just leave me on the floor. Do not touch me. Unless, of course, you see something, you know, pouring out of me or you hear me screaming. And, you know, there have been people who are serious, and then I will conk out in their house. And then I can't believe, you know, but some people just can't bear witness to something like that. It's just life altering for them. And I understand it, so it is what it is. Um, my friend ended up in a motel last night. She was in the motel yesterday, and oh my goodness, I was so thankful because I didn't want to go to sleep until I knew that she got in. So she got in for last night. She was in last night, and she's going to be in today. So I had someone that was supposed to come for something right there, but the good thing was she told me she wasn't going to be able to come. She found one item. I was thankful she had enough decency to let me know. So I don't have that option either. And then something happened to a friend of mine locally, and she was supposed to bring something my way, and she couldn't because something with her car and all this other stuff. And then someone had mentioned to her, you know, you're gonna get this that she want. And I said, mm-mm. But then she told the person, she said no. She said she's not like that. She's gonna understand. And I am a very understanding person, especially when I know you have been nothing but kind to me. So I had to text her this morning and let her know, you know, thank you for being my friend, because she understood the value of a friend. You know, money, property, things don't come between friendship as long as there's honesty and understanding. So, and I'm not that person. I lost one person that was my ride or die over $750, and she's in this town right now, and she's been, you know, going from pillar to post and everything. But I wouldn't do anything to help her, because she actually blocked me after I sent her the money, and it was my last. It was my last, and I wouldn't do anything to help her. Nothing. I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't do it. And I don't hate her. I don't hate her. And then there's a time or two she see me, you know, and she would speak to me, and my face would turn into a tiger, a bear, ruthless, anything, and I would still, you know, just say hello. And as I say hello, I say, God, please see to it that this person never utters my name again. I will say hi, and as I'm saying hi in my mind, I'm like, God, please see to it this person never utters my name again. And that means in front of me, behind me, beside me, or around me. Just don't say my name. That's it. Don't say my name. So I am pleasantly pleased this morning. Oh my goodness. And I know someone will understand me. If you can hear that fan, that sound helped me sleep last night. And I don't know how to explain it, but I have never been able to sleep with the light on. Even when I'm getting to the lay of sleep and I'm tired and I can't get up, if I can get up even about an hour later after getting rest, I will close down the lid of my laptop when I unplug it from the wall. But for the last few weeks, I've been sleeping with this TV on. I've been putting on some type of learning video of some sort, and I listen to it. But I kid you not, I've heard people say you can learn in your sleep, and you can learn in your sleep. There are videos with rain that you can put on that will soothe you. You will hear that rain in the night, but what it actually helps me with is calmness. It allows me to wake up feeling calm, where I'm not, all over the place. And having bipolar disorder is not an excuse. It's not an excuse, but it's a real fact, because you just go through periods of up and down, and I don't want that on my channel anymore. I don't want it. But then I say to myself, I can't deny my channel, because my channel is me. I am my channel. There is nothing here other than me. So it is what it is. But I can tell you, you all have helped me, because there are times when I'm in here saying I just can't make it. And then in order to make it, I have to record. And when I'm recording, my mind gets in a different state, and then I can get this done and stuff like that. But what I have shown myself is that I have pushed myself way past capacity, because I'm alone. And I will say this loud and clear. I don't have a utterly care in the world about being alone. I welcome being alone. Ooh, peace and tranquility. It's free. Woo. But I digress. So I'm extremely proud of myself. This hand right here is having issues. So I've noticed that it's more closed, and it feels away when I open it. So it is, like I did say, it was after 6. So I'm gonna give myself a little while. If I cannot really do much with this hand, I won't be leaving the house, because this is the dominant hand on my steering wheel. And when I am behind the wheel of my car, I'm protecting the other passengers on the road, because I respect my driver's license. That's why you won't see me texting and driving, sipping and driving, smoking and driving. No, and I don't want you next to me lollygagging and talking and all. I'm not that driver that's going to be like, yeah, because girl, no, honey. If you are driving me and you do and you do that, if you are on the clock, I'm reporting you as soon as I get home. I have all your identification, what you had on, your beret. I have it all. If I'm in a taxi and you're doing this and your feet is on the gas and I'm calling in on you. That is an absolute no. But I remember a time when I was in a taxi, and the lady was doing that, and I was a little nervous for her, and I said, you know what, we're not going to do this today. We're going to just let her drive this car, and whatever. Right before she hit the school bus, and children were in the school bus, I said, oh my gosh, should I say something? And I've been thinking, and I'm not one of those people that want to wear the badge of snitches get stitches, but I'm damn sure not going to be the person that witness you just clomber into a school bus. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not doing it. I don't want the insurance. I don't want the recovery. I don't want none of it. So happy for all of y'all that would have laid in that car and took that money and got that lawsuit. No, I don't want that kind of money. So right before she kissed the bus, I said, ha! And she said, boom on the brakes, and the bus was like right in there, and the little stop sign and the children, and but she had her phone, and I did that to die, and she put it down, and and stuff like that. But I'm sorry, and I don't give a damn. I had to call in to the office. But you want to know something I did? I didn't call in and say what she did. I called in and I asked to speak to the head person in charge of all of the taxis. And I ended up getting the person. And I said to him who I was and everything. And that was the mistake. That was the mistake. I understood after I hung up, but I didn't realize how detrimental it was to me because they blacklisted me from the taxi company because I called in and reported. But if I was a different type of person, I could have really made a big funk about it, but I didn't. I know why they blacklisted me. First of all, I didn't sue them when I could have, and then they might have said, you know what, let's just not have anything to do with her because we got off good or whatever the case may be. And if that's what they said and if that's what they took from it, then God bless you. But I just didn't want to take part in that kind of money. Not all money is good money, boys and girls, but I said to him, I said, I think you need to have a meeting, an overall meeting with all of your drivers, and you need to really express the danger of having access to a phone in your hand, having a personal call, because God forbid a driver hit a school bus with children on the bus. And I was not in anger. I wasn't none of that stuff. My voice was calm because I don't like to talk at people when I'm dealing with business and stuff, especially when I'm angry, because I do know that will tip them off. And if we off on, we going like this, we can't get anything done. So, and I said to him, I'm thankful and all this other stuff, but I realized I should have never gave my name because although I did not call to do that, I alerted him to exactly who was driving with their phone and exactly to what the person almost did. And I understood after I hung up. But that was a mental health provider type of taxi, if you understand what I mean. And that day, that driver was taking me to inpatient in a mental health facility a ways from where I live. And the reason why I really didn't want to mess up with that taxi company is because no matter what time of day you call them, and I had drivers from that agency that specifically wanted me to call for them to take me to that mental hospital when I wanted to go, because I didn't want to go here where I live. I was going about 40 minutes away, and I know I got blacklisted because whenever I would call in the future, the main company would take the appointment and everything, but then they would say, oh, we don't have a driver. Or if they did have a driver, say I got dropped off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I would be waiting well into the dark hours of the night and no one would pick me up. So I understood and I never complained. I understood. I said, you know what, they don't want the risk. And I'm thankful that they didn't want the risk because I wasn't the person they was in risk for. So I did say, while they blacklisted me for whatever reason, someone is going to sue them. Someone's going to sue them because there are people, I got to get a lawyer. No. And one thing I do know, and I have nothing against lawyers, is I don't want any interaction with a lawyer because there are lawyers that do not understand the real damage that they're doing to the person on the other table, especially if the person on the other table was doing the right thing. So I don't want any interaction with a lawyer, absolutely. And if I have to defend myself, as God is my witness, I will do the best I can to learn what I can learn to help myself, because you're not going to sit down and have me quiet at no table when I'm on a chopping block. I'm going to stand up. Yeah, I am that person. Absolutely. But I have no idea what today's going to bring. Nope. But I do know I kind of don't want to leave this house today. But I know there are a few people that need me emotionally, and I don't want to start this process of accepting and absorbing because that emotional bandage, I can't wear that right now. Absolutely not. But my one of my friends is dealing with, if I'm not sure, it's dementia, and I have learned of things at this moment I don't remember offhand, but I do know things I'm going to have to tell her to introduce into her diet and stuff like that, because in all things, food is medicine. So I know that myself. Right? So I'm going to introduce her to somebody. I don't force people to change the way they are. You know, if I hint it to you or whatever, but all you need to do is give me a 5-minute look to let me know that I'm wasting my time, honey. Your limb could fall off, and I won't be there because I'm not going to waste your time on mine. So I have a little bit to do for others today. So I'm gonna do the best I can. But your girl's gonna nibble this damn sandwich, huh? Mm 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 mm. Everything I eat on that tooth. Mm 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 mm. Can you imagine being bald headed with glasses and then you missing the two front teeth? Yeah, my bad, cause you look. You know, you can walk down the street and you say, "Oh, she got a nice shape. Her dress is nice. Turn. Woo, what you doing outside looking like that?" Well, mm-hmm. mm, um, mm, mm, mm. Ooh, it sounds good. Mm, 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 mm. I had to make sure I chewed my food because there's times when I eat too fast and then my stomach goes through something. So my doctor told me when I'm eating and I'm disassociating with the fact that I'm eating, which means I should be eating and nothing else, to start singing a song while I'm chewing. So I was able to chew everything, get it down to, and I said, why would I do? And then I noticed that it does work. You get it down to liquid, and that's what it should be when I swallow. Oh my goodness, boys and girls, I am having a really good day. I haven't written to my book yet, but I am so thankful. Coral, when I saw your message yesterday, it felt like you was hugging me. I kid you not. I'm gonna have to get on a bus or something, honey. You know, we have to wrap arms. I'm not playing with you because you know I'm coming for you over there. But it's time for me to venture. Somebody has let me in, but I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all already know I'm weary of certain little crawlers that are not family to me, so y'all already know that. So I don't mind saving up to stay in one of them local motels if you have one, especially one that the door can lock and you can't see in the crack of the window through the blinds and all. Y'all have to be real careful with your girl, but I want to take a trip somewhere. Yes, I do. It's time for this girl to get out and see the world, honey. She has been sheltered. I want to get out, but I don't do all of that. The sun and stuff is not my friend. So if you want them hot climates, don't call me. Because you will leave me in that room, and while you out there visiting, you be coming to say hi. Because I'll be right there. Me and the sun, we're not friends. So yesterday, this woman was really not happy with how hot it was. 86 damn degrees. And what? And I'm like, wow, I'm trying to get out of here before I have to plug up this air conditioner. I'm like, wow. And then guess what? The sucker didn't want to turn on yesterday. I'm like, all right, let's put this fan on. But I'm not going to lie to you. Anybody with a good head know that fan is not going to do anything for a certain type of weather. And I will never put myself in a situation where I have to go through 80, 90 degree weather, rely on a fan. I'm not recycling heat. I'm not doing that. There is no recovery in sweating and wiping yourself with a rag, but I try to take the winter months to cushion my light bill as much as I can. And just so happens that this is my last light bill, and because I was put on this program, the energy saving program or something like that, I didn't have to pay the whole bill every month. You just paid a little bill, and then at the end of the 12 months you have to pay the whole thing. So I have maybe about 200 and something in that little reserve account, so they are going to be billing me that. But I have access to Sitting down like I have this bill right here, and I will put it right on the wall, and then I would chip off. So this bill was 500 and something, and then it came down to 472, and then the new bill came in yesterday. So what I should have been doing was taking this one down, putting up the new one, which is now 378. So as soon as the 20 something of this month hit, I'm going to pay the next bill, which is 92.47. But it went up a little bit. They think they slack, they creep in that bill. They see me paying and they just creep in. So she's gonna pay this bill. Let's put some more cents on it. So it was 92.47. Now it is 92.88. So I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna send them the 92.88, and that's it. But I cannot send the 286. The 286 is due at one time, so I had to like cushion my fall by just sending one and one and one and one. But when I get that 92 in the mail, and then wait the next month, I don't know how I'm gonna get the 286, but I'm gonna start putting like a little jar or something together. I don't know, but when I get that bill paid, I will be done with my with the parking tickets, and hopefully that will be it. Because honey, let me tell you something. I live right here in New York. I don't get parking tickets. I am a firm believer in one thing. I am not paying 25 cents for 15 minutes to walk down the block, and it be 15 minutes, and I have to in my purse looking for another quarter. I'm not doing it. I will walk 6 blocks to find free parking, and walk 6 blocks to get where I'm going. Because why? I can't rush to get there. Now, I'm a fast walker. I'm a fast walker. I've always been a speed walker. But now I say to myself, I'm getting older. I need to slow down, and I need to enjoy everything around me. Because what I may not be noticing today could be going tomorrow. And I say, you know what? I should have slowed down. So I want to slow down. The unfortunate thing is, I can walk here, but it's too many people here. You can't walk without having to move over. And there are people that will use the road, and say it's 3 people walking, and in one walking, they're not going to have enough wherewithal to say, okay, let us move over and let's share the road. They will all walk 3, and then and then some of them have the spliff in their hand. Like, you don't want to ingest what someone just put out, and then you have your cigarette and you're behind. So there are literally times I say to people, "Excuse me, can I get in front of you, please?" Because I'm walking and I'm holding my nose, and you go in front of a business office and someone's standing out there with, this is what I can't deal with now. I kid you not, I have said it 1,001 times. There was a time that this girl was going through a massive amount of anxiety, but you can't find me on anybody's camera lighting up a puff puff and walking down the street in society. Absolutely not. So I am thankful that regardless of whatever I have ever done, I did at least once or twice think about the other person. That's why I say there are some assholes in this world, but we all have to live together, and I love you like I hope you love me. But no way, honey. I should not be walking down the street behind you trying not to kill myself. Absolutely not. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me ask the Lord, should I share this? Okay. He said yes. That's right. Anyway, I was gonna share it anyway, but I wanted to ask myself, would I want to hear that? So I was reading a post yesterday, and someone's mother doesn't have any fundamental money to take care of herself, whatever, and she has a spending habit of cigarettes. And this person was asking, should I get life insurance? And I was really proud of the answers that people gave her. And they said, no, don't get life insurance. Life insurance is not, she's not worthy of life insurance. Just get her cremation paid for now, and wish her the best. That's it. Don't put life insurance on her. Just pay for her to be cremated, and do it now. And when I read those comments, I'm like, okay, are Are they real or are they real? There is no delusional in anything that I read in those comments. And one person was saying, put some type of insurance on her now that you can actually borrow from. And make sure you're the only beneficiary and you make the payments, because when she's gone, there's nothing left of her. And what she's doing now, she's clearly making a choice. I was proud of the people who commented because they didn't sugarcoat that. They didn't sugarcoat it, but they weren't cruel. You know, people have a tendency of saying, I'm cruel. I'm not cruel. There's a difference between cruel. What I am, if reality set in, they will see. And that is one of the reasons why I have decided at this point in time, I will not monetize my YouTube channel. Not hell no. You think I'm going to monetize on my channel and just say have 500 subscribers today and wake up tomorrow with 3 have left? There is a lot of reality that people cannot accept. And I'm going to be me, and I'm going to hope you be you, because we all have to love this world together. But no. And I do have every intention of waking up one day to a check that come in my name that says YouTube. Every intention. But I have to waddle my way through to figure out what direction I'm going, because it may not be food. It may not be food, boys and girls, because guess why? I cannot stand at the stove too long. When I'm on that stove, I want to make some food that I can't make because I don't have the capacity to stand at the stove. I love myself, so I'm not going to play in a sandbox on that stove knowing I'm in here by myself. I'm not doing that. So I want some food. I want some real food, but I can't stand that stove and cook that. So I cook to survive. And then I hear people say, I couldn't eat that food. That looked like, well, you could say whatever the hell you want to say about my food, boys and girls. If you sat down and ate it, you would say, oh, I would never think this would taste like this. And I would say, and I agree. I agree, honey, but I could make some box of goodness. Boy, I wish I could monetize my food with some money, boys and girls. If I had a truck, and I really and truly would not mind a truck, my ankles can't have it, can't do it. I would have a truck, and it would say broke but fed, or the frugal lady, or something. It would say the mercy plate. It would say something that nobody would be out to. I'm not eating from that truck. And then you be out down the road saying, that food was good. I can't believe I ate that. You know, did she really make that herself? Yes, honey. But it is what it is. I love myself, boys and girls. And I am so happy that there are people that are so happy for me. Yesterday my phone rang, and this lady was saying, she was like, I am just so proud of you. But kid you not, I have learned a valuable lesson that not everything can be shared. I had a really beautiful day yesterday, but I only was able to share a part of it, and that was with my mother. I haven't seen my mother in a little over 2 months, and I was going through something. And one thing that I know is painful for people is the fact that I have to back away. I have to back away, and then you don't know what the problem is, and I have to fix it on my own, because not everything somebody can wear the bandage for me. Everybody can't heal my wounds. I have to heal my own. So when I pulled up yesterday and I saw my nephew, my mother, and they all had this beautiful look on their face, and it was just so nice. But my brother wants to go to the casino. I don't want to go to the casino. I don't want to go to the casino, and that's just that. So I did say I may go, but I actually don't want to go. But I have to. Oh, my ankle. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, Miranda, good morning. So sorry. I forgot I was up like 2 hours to get my baby a kiss. I had to go over and get my baby a kiss. She loved mama. But it was beautiful day. But I'm laughing because I had a vision. My daughter may pop up here today, but my daughter didn't like Miranda. My daughter did not like Miranda. She tried to get me to throw Miranda out the window. Get her out of here. Whoever gave you that dog gave you a spirit and all of this stuff. She wanted Miranda out of here. But honey, I let my daughter know, honey, mama love you, but you are leaving here because Miranda's going nowhere. But now my daughter, is Miranda awake over there? And she is like, and I'm looking at my daughter like, is this the same person that wanted me to throw Miranda out the window? I believe my daughter might have picked Miranda up a time or two, might have tried to put her in the garbage can, but she didn't want to lay hands on Miranda. But now she looks at it and she's trying to fluff her hair up. I'm like, baby, your hands off my doll. But almost everyone comes here, pick up Miranda and want to love up on Miranda. And I'm like, wow. But when they feel her weight, they cannot believe how heavy she is. And they're like, wow, she's real. But I don't care how many times I think about Miranda. I think about the police officer when they came here. One was trying to signal the other because they thought I had a real baby. I think she was in a box at the time. And I kid you not, I know they were trying to signal each other to possibly call 911 or child abuse. And I said, touch her. And then the officer just looked at me and touch her. And then went, and I'm like, that's a doll baby. And oh, it was so cute. It was so cute. Oh my goodness, it was so cute. But I'm sitting here. Oh my goodness, I am so happy. I am so happy. The sun is out. I don't know what the weather is for today. Oh, and I'm so, I don't know. There's an app on this phone and it says the weather, and I'm not used to using it, but I used it yesterday, and that's how I know what the weather. So I said, now it's time. These people are making me use this phone, and 65. Now is it 65 now? It's 65 at 10 a.m. It's going to be 76 degrees. So, and guess what? I really don't have anything to wear because I just had no intentions on going outside. So I took those leggings I took out for me to actually walk away from here. And it is now the 15th. So today is going to be some type of revelation day. So I'm going to hear something from somebody today. But I kid you not, it is what it is. So hopefully, matter of fact, I don't know. Just allow me to live. Little bit. Now, I'm going to show you what I bought yesterday from Target. I bought this intensive repair lotion. I went to ChatGPT. I took pictures of my body. I said, I'm not able to do much. I'm a little stressed. I can't move this way. And it said that, because I had now I am going to say this. Beverly said to cool my water down. I kid you not. The water I'm bathing with reminds me of cold water, and I can't believe that shower is absolutely but my skin is doing a lot better. So I purchased this yesterday, and last night I put this on my legs before I went to sleep. The funny thing was, and this is how sometimes you have to evaluate your life, I took out my night clothes, and I was going to put my night clothes on, and then I realized that I was in a position to where emotionally and mentally and physically I could move. And then I was like waiting for her to let me know she had got in. And then my head went down. Next thing you know, I got comfortable. And next thing I know, I reached over and I said, sleep time, to her on my phone. And I woke up in the morning and I'm like, wow. And I was so thankful that my dress went from my home to my car to the drive-through to my car to my home. Because guess why? I ended up laying in my bed in this dress. But I would never have worn this dress if I had gone to anywhere else and sat down, and came in I would have never. But this dress that I purchased from Temu, let's get this understood, honey. This dress I bought from Temu, honey, I need me some more. I wish Temu had a gift card. I would be like, can y'all send me a gift card to Temu? This dress feels like I'm naked. That's how beautiful this dress feels on me. And honey, I know I paid under $5 for this dress, too, because I was on a hunt. I was on a hunt for some dresses. And let your girls start spilling that tea. You may not find it now, but I know how to find them deals on Temu. You have to know the words to put in, and sometimes you don't know the words. But you can't be looking for everybody else's keywords. You have to be looking for keywords that only you could possibly be thinking of. But I was looking for some dresses. The dresses had to be under $5. They had to be. I wasn't looking at anything over $5. So I put in low to high. Low to high. There is a little option, but I'm gonna tell you something. Matter of fact, let's get this understood. I would normally not do this, but today's the 15th of the month. Let me see, because if I'm not mistaken, Rakuten's cashback should be 10% or more. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even looking yet, and I'm gonna say maybe 15%. So just say if I wanted to buy a dress from Temu and I wanted my budget for Temu to be about $40, today would be my shopping day, because it doesn't matter what I would get from Rakuten. The fact is I would be getting it. And so let's go to Temu real quick. Let's go to Temu. Now, I'm not saying I'm right. Never saying I'm right. Ah! No way. I'm proud of Temu. I am so freaking proud of Temu. See, this is why you gotta be a grinder. I am so proud of what they did. Okay, Temu's Rakuten today is 3%. Normally on the 15th of the month, Rakuten is not 3%. Rakuten is 15% or more. You could even hustle a 20% Rakuten. But let me tell you something that I did. Amen. Okay, I was getting all what I had to get, knocking it out the box, and I was making sure that my Rakuten was 10% or more. But when I started to notice that around the 1st, around the 15th, and sometimes a little bit later, around the 20-something of the month, Rakuten may give you 9% or whatever. So yesterday, Rakuten was at 9%. That 9% looked real nice, but it's not nice to somebody like me. Absolutely not. I live on Brokeville Lane, honey. I need better than 9%. So now today is the 15th, where they would normally have 15% or higher. And guess what? I did not place a Rakuten. I did not place a Temu order for about 2 months. I could possibly say 3, but let's just say 2. And the last order I made, I placed it to another address because a few of my packages got stolen, so I don't want any more packages in Raggedyville Lane. So with that said, now I was expecting to see 15%, but no, they're not moving like that anymore. You know why? Because I am the buyer. I decide if I want to spend my money. So now they are going to move that 3% today because they possibly thought I was going to shop today. Yeah, I might have picked up a little sundress if I chose to, but I wasn't going to. But now that 3% is going to stay right there. And no, I will not. Even if I see a dress for $3, I wouldn't buy it. I would have to wait. You know why? Because I am going to be moving, and I will be looking for some sundresses. But I said I'm going to see if I can walk into Old Navy. I haven't been in a mall and I want to see. Now, I can promise you I may not be able to get a dress out of Old Navy. I probably can't even afford the money, but I'm going to tell you why I want to go to Old Navy. Okay? Now, y'all already know. I know y'all love me, so I'm going to give y'all some of the little bit of tea. I'm not into the tea, but I'll spill this one. I have been following this group, and these are millionaires, and a majority of them shop in Old Navy. Amen. So I want to go in Old Navy. I want to be like you. I want to be just like you. So I want to go in Old Navy and get me a few dresses. Yep. So if you shopping out of Old Navy and I'm shopping out of Old Navy and I'm in the dollar store, you're going to say to yourself, shopping at the Old Navy. So she's one of us. Yes, I want to be just like you. And when I saw that, I'm like, wow, Old Navy? And they were like, yep, they are in there in Old Navy shopping. Why? Because they're trying to keep their money. Now, I'm going to tell you something else, but let me get a little sip. Let me tell you something. I am in a few groups. Now, I understand one thing without a shadow of a doubt. Your money needs to be working for you. Now, I understand, but I do know that not everybody has the mental capacity, the physical capacity to be able to have their money work for them. I know personally people that have their money in their house, feel, they don't have any intentions on moving, their roof is secure, all of that, and that's where their comfort is. Then you have people who have their millions in accounts and they have all this interest, and when they die they can't take that money with them. You have to do what makes you comfortable, because at the end of the day, inflation is what it is, food costs what it is, but the truth is life. You need to have at least $500 put somewhere that you can get to in case of an emergency. There is no lie in that at all. Now, I had a small cushion. I don't have it anymore. Why? Because there were some situations that needed it. But the blessing was I had it. Like when my car had to be insured recently a couple months ago, and I was able to pop, get out there and get it done. I got to notice 2 weeks already. It was already past due. Not past due, but I should have had those 2 weeks to look into it, but I didn't have it. So I went and I did it the very next morning. So sometimes you have to have. So it is what it is. I'm making sure I do what I have to do to make sure that bill is paid, because why? I don't want to owe anyone. I have no right to owe anyone. Now, this bill here, I didn't even know was still in existence. I thought I paid it off, but one of these tickets are from June of 2018, and that goes to show that the person who did that to me, I have no hate for them. No hate whatsoever. But there is nothing they could ever need and contact me. Never. And I kid you not, they actually were in distress when my phone rang one day, and never did they call me to ask me if I wanted a meal on that. And can you help me? And I was like, calm down. You need to do it. And I fixed it. And there were life-changing blessings. But I kid you not, I will never, ever do anything. If you called me and said, well, so and so, I don't want to hear it. It's not my business. That does not sound like a shape problem. And I would just dismiss the call. Absolutely walk away. Why? Because you are messing with my fucking social security, my name, my bill. I don't play with money. I don't play with money. I don't play with my bills. I don't want to owe anybody. But this is almost done. Yesterday, when my friend was in distress, I hadn't talked to her for months, and I said to her, why didn't you let me know sooner? And she said to me, girl, I know how you are with your money. And I said, listen to me. You don't have a right to spend my money. My money is my money. And then she was like, but I couldn't. I said, you have no right to spend my money. I decide where my money goes. And she was like, girl, I know how you. I said, And I said, and I'm on the phone driving on the way to the bank. And then I said, I'm at the bank. I'm going in. Be quiet. I'm at the bank, walking in. Don't be so loud. I'm at the teller of the bank. And then next, I came home and I did the cash app. But I kid you not. You have to know who you're involved with. But I'm just me. I'm not perfect. I might have had to turn a corner or twice, in my life to feed myself. I might have had to have the Bible open and do something that I would not want to do, to put food on the table. We all have to live in this world together. But at this moment in life, I'm doing everything in my power to just do the right thing. Everything is not going to be perfect, and I'm not living for anyone right now besides me. I'm going to cushion my fall because I know exactly who's in my corner. If I can't get a meal, if you can't see me fed, you can't see. You have no idea how good I felt last night on that stove, cooking with that brand new pot. And I kid you not, so many people look at life in such a special way that our lens is worth everything we feel it is. I actually went into Target and I saw people in the beauty aisle, just like the beauty stick, the makeup, the lip gloss, and it was like, and I'm like, I'm walking, and I'm like, and I'm just looking, but then I get into the pot section where I'm about to put some loving on my stove, and I ran in the aisle, and I'm like, and this lady looked at me, and I'm like, and I'm looking at the pot, and I'm like, and I pulled out my phone, and I wanted to do YouTube, but the music was on. I have to show my friends, and then my mother's with the cart, like, I can't do a YouTube. It's just like, and then I'm like, oh, but I can't because of the music. And then she said, here goes my mother, who supposed to be knitting that blanket that I keep telling her about. She's gonna get that pow pow. She said, all you have to do is say you didn't make the music. Or so. I'm like, no, you're not over there, Claudine. But then I said, I can't do that because you're allowed 3 of those, but if you want to be monetized, you can't have any of them. So I said, I will be monetizing at some point. So there goes that. But I had so much fun in the store, but I kid you not, I didn't go through any section in that store outside of that pot. I went intentionally to get the pot and leave. So there goes that. Now, the pot is nice. And my mother was making sure it was heavy, but I picked up one. I said, my arthritis can't manage this pot. So she said, get this one. So I ended up getting it. And my mother has her cake holder that she wanted for $7. So there goes that. I'm loving TJ Maxx. I may be in there soon picking up something, but it will not be for my body. Because I looked at a clearance tag, and the clearance said $29.99. And my mother looked at it, and she said, what do you think of that? I said, that's not clearance. And I walked away. I said, that's retail. And I walked away. I'm getting sick and tired of my mother, okay? So y'all need to get up, go over to the lady house and tell her to stop what she's doing. Because now she's looking at tags with my eyes. No, you have your own eyes. Look at your own tags. You may not think that's retail. You may not think that's a wholesale. It doesn't matter. Use your own eyeballs, Claudine. So I have to call Claudine this morning to see if she wants to venture out on this beautiful day. But it's 7:14 and your girl needs some water on her skin. And I need to love upon God because, wow, He is walking with me. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and thank you so much. If anyone is in my space or whatever, there's something in here I can't take with me. So if you are around me and you really don't mind me knowing who you are, and you can ring my bell, please do, because obviously you're for me. You're still here. So ring my bell. There's something I cannot take with me, and no, I cannot carry it. You need some help. So ring my bell after 7. No, not after 7, honey, because I may have to come to the door with my friend.